Sean Manaea to the Mets on a 2-year deal. Makes a lot of sense. Nice fit. You know, Manaea kind of revamped his repertoire last year, added a sweeper. It was a really effective pitch for him. And he's joining the Mets on a 2-year, $28 million deal. Harold, let me ask you this. On a 2-year deal now, it's become commonplace for all these things to include an opt-out. You mean to tell me you can't get a 2-year commitment from a guy without an opt-out after 1 year?
Unbelievable.
What, is the opt-out now just a part of every major league? We're going to have opt-outs after a month, the way this trend has gone.
They fell in for it. They started giving it, and players want it. And the opt-out here is if he goes out and performs, he is opting out.
Right, if he outperforms the 14 year,
Yes.
which he very well may.
With the way they're paying pitchers right now, this is a $20 million gamble for him, right? He's going to get at least $20 million if he opts out per year. But the club is taking a gamble, and I think they're not understanding that, hey, I'm gambling for you to get back on track. You're going to play the second year for me. I'm giving you a year. You're going to perform the second year. You know what I mean?
And I wish that some of these deals, in lieu of just a straight opt-out after a year, build in bonuses to where if you hit X, Y, and Z in the first year, the second year is worth more. And you stay in the same uniform. Because we might be going through this again with Sean Manaea, which would probably be good for him because it means he had a good year. Here's another thing I want to add your thoughts on. I'm curious. The Mets have not fished in very deep waters this free agent offseason, right? They were in on Ohtani, as you would expect. But, you know, if what they've done in the offseason is Luis Severino, Sean Manaea, Adrian Hauser, all really good major league pitchers, if that was a different team that had done that, we'd be saying, wow, great offseason. But because it's the Mets, because there's this really unfair standard that fans have for what they think the Mets should be spending, so far, it doesn't feel like they've done what the fan base wants them to do. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, it is. I think because it is New York, but what they've done is it's almost, I don't even want to say what I was going to say. I won't go there. But what they're doing, the players they're getting are not the proven big name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're looking for upside. And I don't think that's what the Met fan is sitting there saying. Last year they had Verlander and Scherzer. You weren't looking for upside. You were looking for what they brought, the resume.
Right.
Now you're expecting guys to build a resume, and that's
well, I would say this, too. The template that we have for this is when a quote-unquote small market GM goes to a huge market team. It was Andrew Friedman going to the Dodgers.
Okay.
Did Andrew Friedman spend money like a drunken sailor his first year just because he had it? No. He kind of learned the landscape of the new team, familiarized himself with the developmental system. I think David Stearns is doing the same thing with the Mets. They're going to spend at one point. They just didn't think that this was the time to do it this offseason. And what they've done, smarter baseball moves, not sexy.
Yeah, but the difference, the Dodgers were already winning before Andrew got there. Andrew took them to a whole nother level, right? They've been to the playoffs before,
right,
and all that. The Mets have been scuffling. And so Stern has a lot more like, we want this now. And I think the owner put that onus when he came in and bought the club. Within X amount of years, we will win a World Series.
Yeah.
So when you come in with that expectation in this area, in New York,
right,
you ramped them all up. And so they're not going to sit there and go, oh, great move for Sean Manaea.
Are the Mets going to win the NL East? I will,
no.
Hot take, I'll say no. But they're very much in play for National League wild card. Why not?